Alright peeps, me from the future here, and I just want to give y'all a quick little disclaimer, right? This video series or whatever is going to be at least two videos, right? One's going to be with this Harbor Freight powder coat. This is the one you guys are going to be watching right now. And one is going to be with some of Smoke's powder coat, which is a much higher quality powder coat. I just want to let you guys know that these bullets in this particular video do not shoot very well, okay? The powder coat sucks, and it just made the bullet shoot horrible, okay? The next video I'm going to upload with Smoke's powder coat, they shoot way better. The video I got with me tearing my little prairie dog target up with the same rifle, that's the bullets I'm using, okay? It shoots way better. So, take this video as like an illustration of what bad powder coat can do to a otherwise good load or good platform, whatever you want to call it, right? So if you came here again looking for super accurate loads, I'm not sharing my load data like crazy, I don't do that. But if you came here looking for a how-to video, this isn't it. This is just me being a goober, shooting this gun I found in a pawn shop with cast bullets and just seeing what happens. So if that's what you like to do, this is the video for you. If not, well, I'm sorry. So I'm not trying to be rude here, but yeah. So if you want to wait, if you want to see the really nicer groups as far as cast bullets go, wait till the second video with Smoke's powder coat. But if you're just chill with watching what happens with crap powder coat, this is a video for you. So hope you guys enjoy it. And if not, you guys can leave a comment regardless. Alright. Alright, hey guys. So, got kind of a pawn shop find deal going. I'm not really sure what to call it. But this is my 8mm Spanish Mauser. Well, really, it's labeled as like 7.93 or something by 50 cents. Long story short, I slugged it. It's basically an 8mm Mauser. 8mm Mausers are kind of weird with how everything works. Anyway, yeah, I picked it up at the pawn shop for like 300 bucks. Thought it'll be neat for, cast bullet whatnots, and it's been pretty neat. I haven't shot it at all, and I got some cast loads for it. I've had this for about a year and a half now, and I finally worked up to getting some cast bullets for it. And these aren't the best, mainly because of the powder coat. I don't have super high hopes because this is Harbor Freight white powder coat with like 3 coatings. This stuff sucks, but I think my wife threw out all my stuff from Smoke. I ordered more, but until then, we're just playing with this. The bullet is an MP 195 grain hollow point silhouette mold. Very cool. It's gas checked. And we're about to be doing our first shots with some IMR 3031. I think I'm using 34 point something. And yeah, we're just going to be trying it out here at 50 yards. Now, I will say, it didn't come like this. When I first got it, it was a sporterized one already, but it had the military stock sporterization, which I hate. And yeah, so I put in a new stock. This is the Boyd Spike Camp. I accidentally ordered the pink one here, but I like it. It's fine. It's an interesting stock. Wish it had a little more meat here because my hands are kind of small, but it feels like it's going to ride in the bag pretty well. So we'll work with it. And yeah, now something else that you guys probably noticed is the scope. And I literally just noticed this. The scope is sitting at an angle. Whoever had this last, I don't know if they did this on purpose or what, but the scope, this front, these are weaver rails. That front rail is lower than this back one, so it makes the scope do this. So that might be a good thing. It might be a bad thing. I don't know. I know I tried bore sighting it, and I don't feel like I got a ton of, I don't know if it's going to be on paper. Hopefully we can just get it on paper, but got to film on to put a different scope on it. And yeah, I don't know, it's kind of a goofy deal. And I don't really have a gunsmith around here to fix it, so. As far as the scope, this is just a Bushnell sharpshooter. Looking more at it, this might be an air rifle scope, but one of the shops had a bunch of them for 50 bucks, new in the box. And when I was looking at it, I thought it was a decent scope. Looked like a decent scope, but as I look at it more, it's probably a rimfire scope, but it's not labeled as one, so. It didn't have any labeling on it. It's just in a white box. So, as I said, Bushnell sharpshooter. So, we might break the scope, but I do need kind of a long one for this. And yeah. So anyway, we're going to be doing our first shots here at 50.
This is my very first shot with this rifle, and very first shot with 8mm Mauser whatsoever. So hopefully the gun doesn't blow up. Hopefully I don't get a ton of leading. I did do a bore scope video. The bore is not terrible, but it's not great. It's better than my H&R, but it's definitely getting a little rough. So that being said, we're bore sighted here at 50. Got a pretty nice natural point of aim here. Got a little white dot on the paper. I mean a little orange dot. Let's see if I blow myself up here. Alright. But that wasn't bad at all. And we're on paper. Heck yeah. Okay, cool. That was not bad at all. Very, very light recoil. Like 223 recoil, maybe a little more. We're on paper. By the looks of it. Nice round hole, no keyhole, so that's good. Get back on it here, give it another one. Oh, right next to it, nice. Okay. Starting off half decent. And you're probably wondering, you probably noticed I don't have my chronograph strap on. I usually have my magneto speed on my guns, but one of the main things I get when it comes to me shooting groups or whatever is people always ask about the magneto speed. They're always worried it's going to mess something up. Personally, from my testing with most of my rifles, I just can't see much of a difference. I cannot. Maybe it's because I don't shoot that well. I'm not a great shooter, but just from my personal shooting, I just don't see any difference. But this thing has a crazy long barrel, and it's got this weird pencil like rib thing going. So I figured if it's going to mess with any of my barrels, it will be this one. So I don't have it on here. I'm just going to shoot till I start getting good groups. When I get good groups, then I'll throw the magneto speed on. All right. Do another one here. Yeah, that one was. It's like you're walking over, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure where that one went. Yeah, it's just, I think that one hit to the side. It's just like it's steadily walking itself over, which is rather odd. It's really nice to shoot. Just really might need to get a different scope for this thing. Alright, so looks like we got about a 2-inch group down there. This isn't terribly bad for cast. It's about average. But it's just steady walk itself over. And again, it might be because of this scope. I don't know. Let's see if I can adjust it here. Scope is also pretty freaking high. Alright. So it's not going to blow up on us, that's obvious. Go down there and look at it. Oh, take that last bit of brass out. The brass looks pretty good. Real smoky, so that means we got unburnt powder. So, but 30-31 always seems to do that. Alright, here we are down at 50, and you see our very first group. We're about 6 inches over. But 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5. So it is grouping, but it's like it's just slowly walking itself over. So I'll readjust it. I put my reticle here, and I adjust it to my reticle is about right here. So our next loads should be on target. So I'm going to go change target over, see what happens. I think we should be on paper pretty decent. Went ahead and got the 3-dot target, our actual load development target. And we're going to be going from left to right. And I loaded up 34.5 grains of IMR 3031. Same bullet, same COAL, same everything. And other than adjusting the scope. Let me dial up a little bit. All the way at 12 power. Definitely want to go to town and try and get me a better scope and range. So, alright, let's see here. I'm going to do that leftmost dot. See what happens. Okay, I think I hit the center of the middle dot. So yeah, I think my traverse is all the way out. Looks like I got a little less unburnt powder on that one. Still shooting really light. I just have kind of a loose grip on it here. Alright, that one's about the same area. A little lower. So yeah, definitely need a new scope, because this one just doesn't have the left or right I need. And that 30-31 always just has so much junk behind it. That one's high. Big old poof cloud. I really wish they would go ahead and make a powder for casters. Ooh, that stuff stings. Looks like got a double holder there. One more. Ooh, that one went far. That one went wide. Alright, well, we're losing all light. Might pick this back up in the morning, but we're holding, we're on paper. And doesn't look like we have like any crazy whatever going on, so let's go down there and look at her. See how bad it is. So I thought we had a two-holer right here, but nah. So this is our first, second, I think one of these is our third, our fourth, and then our fifth. So, that's about 3 inches. Not the best. That's with the 30-31. So, didn't want to wait till tomorrow to do some more. We're back out here with the Mauser. I just had a lot of stuff to do the last few days, so I haven't been able to shoot it. But we're back out here, and we're about to start our load testing again. And yeah, some little differences now, though. However, I got a new scope. This is a 3-9 Athlon Neos. Great little scope so far. It's nice. It's crisp. It's not too little. It's not too much. Great little scope. And I think it was 120 bucks at Walmart. I'm liking it so far. A lot more adjustment than that Bushnell I had. One mount they made like a 30 mil model too, but just a straight, just regular crosshair, kind of thin in the middle. Absolutely great scope. I got it on like 4.5 power right now, and I actually kind of want to shoot it at 4.5, but we're not. As far as the load, we're still using that MP 195 grain hollow point silhouette mold. Right now we're going to be doing 35.0 grains of IMR 30-31. Target's still at 50, and I'll bore sighted this. So now that we're bore sighted, I want to re-zero. So I don't have the load testing target. I just have a piece of white paper with a little 1-inch sticky down there. So if our bore sighting on the last scope was any indication on how this one should work, we should be pretty dead nuts close to being on target, because this thing bore sighted really nice with the last one. So also, I cleaned the barrel. I went in. I probably would have showed some bore scope footage before I started this. I'm not sure I want to do it, but it might be in a separate video. But yeah, I went in and cleaned it. I didn't have it spick and span polish, but I got a lot of that carbon out, and it looks a lot better. Not the best barrel at all, but again, it's old Sporter. So again, we're not using the chronograph, because that's one of the main complaints I have when it comes to my testing, because I use a magneto speed. When the main things I have people saying is they feel the magneto speed is affecting my groups, which with my other guns, I just haven't seen much group variation, because I will shoot with it on and I'll shoot with it off, and 9 times out of 10 I just haven't seen much of a variation. But a lot of my barrels are a lot heavier, they're newer rifles, they're bedded, or all that, so it might not make that much of a difference. This one is not bedded, and this is a much longer, thinner barrel, so that might do something different. So I'm just going to shoot for group right now, and when I get a good group, then we'll work off of that. So then I'll actually put my magneto on there, and we'll know if I put the magneto on and the group starts opening up, then yeah, it's probably not the best thing to use. So yeah, we're at 50 yards here. Set up on the bench. That's another thing. Everybody was like, oh, you never use a bench. You can't be accurate without a bench. Well, guys, I'm on a bench now, so. Alright, I got a nice fancy front rest and all that goodness. So yeah, go around in. 35.0 grains of IMR 3031. See what happens here. See if we're close. Okay, so I blew the box over, so I think that indicates we're kind of low. Okay, I was thinking I was going to be out of elevation there. So we should be on. Oops. I think that one jammed a little bit. This Harbor Freight powder coat I'm using, because it's all I had, freaking sucks. So it's heavier on some bullets, it's lighter on some. I got some smokes coming, some of Smoke's powder coat coming, and that stuff is a completely different world. It should be here today, so I'm just going to shoot these up. And I have a feeling when I get that Smokes, the groups are going to be better. Reloading's all about consistency, and that Harbor Freight stuff is not consistent. I got like 3 coats on this. Okay. Shot number 2. Cool. Okay. Yeah, this thing is really fun to shoot. Not a ton of recoil, but that 30-31 just makes such a big puff of smoke. Okay. So no adjustments as far as scope. We're just going to go in here. Try to shoot a 4-shot. Alright. Okay, that one's not too far away. What the heck? Alright, so yeah, that powder coat is not the best. Oh, hit target dead center that time. Okay. Neat. So it looks like we got about a 2.5, 3-inch group down there. I like how the velocity feels. I think we're at a good velocity point. I think I'm going to go up maybe another 2 loads and then just start working on seating depth. I think the main problem right now is just that inconsistent powder coat. That's what I really feel the main problem is. I can't really, it's just kind of all over the place. So I'm finna adjust off of. I'll go inside, load up a few more, come back out. That'll give the gun time to cool down a little bit. So we're working with a colder barrel. Alright, I'll be right back. This barrel is still a little warm, but got 35.5 grains loaded up, same everything else. I tried picking out some bullets that had a little better nose deal going. Again, this Harbor Freight powder coat, man, it's just so clumpy. And as you notice, it's kind of, I got to chamber some of these kind of bad, so I'm not trying to, when I originally set this COL, I do custom for all my guns. I got this one. I found jam. I just kept backing off till it chambered nicely. So I'm a little bit off the lands, but I'm not crazy off. So yeah. All right. So I got a actual load testing target out here now, and I'm gonna be. We should be zeroed in pretty close. So I'm gonna start shooting at that first target on the left. We're gonna work our way over. So 35.5 grains. Or 3031. I'm going to be aiming at that red dot. See what happens. Alright, that one had a little more punch to it. Oof, that one went yoing. Alright, let me just load these. Okay, so what I'm noticing is the first one kind of stuck in there. They didn't want to chamber in real good. The second one, the second two, they went in super easy and they grouped pretty close together. And that third one I just shot, that fourth one I just shot, it stuck in a little more. So it went back low. So that is interesting. Alright, so that's a big cluster down there. So then I'm going to do one or two more with velocity. Then I'm going to start working on, now I'll start working on my actual seating depth, because I think seating depth, and honestly I think it's just the crappy bullets more than anything. I think seating depth is going to be our dealio with this. Now, honestly, so honestly, I actually really like how this load is shooting velocity wise. I don't know what the velocity is, but it feels right. You know, it's not a bad kick. Feels like it's getting down there with some authority. So what I want to do now is just play with seating depth. Now, I already had it pretty far in there, you know, so I backed out a good little bit. I think like 2-3 thou, because again, these bullets just vary so much with this powder coat. Hoping maybe that will help a little bit. So, got 5 more loaded up, same powder charge, but different seal, coal, whatever. And I'll be posting a picture of what it is. We're gonna go for the middle one here. Let's see what happens. Alright. I don't know if that's better or worse, but went from a linear to more of a circular group. So I think that means something better is happening. So I dropped that load velocity, not the load velocity. I dropped that the bullet seating depth down a little more, because we did drop down in group size. So I dropped it down a little more. I just really want to see what's going to happen now. Same powder, same everything, and now we're going to be aiming at the rightmost target. So I like how the first shot always hits the same spot. That first shot always hits low. Yeah, if you look at the bottom, each first shot the same. But I mean, they're all within. Yeah, they're all within like a ½ inch. That's crazy. That is interesting. was a bit of a bigger group. Now I got one more round. Since we're kind of zeroed there, sort of. We're on paper. I got a gopher down there at 100. Y'all know the gopher target. I want to see if I can hit him. So I'm just gonna see if we can get one in there on the old gopher. Ooh. Right next to him. We were close, but no cigar. Well, that's neat. That's all our prep brass. So, next thing I want to do is I want to cast some more up with smokes and see if those shoot any better. So, yeah, I think we found a decent load with that middle one. I'm just going to keep playing with that middle one. And yeah.